had to make sure I was filming because I just pressed play before and I was not filming. So love that for me. That's what happens when you're blind and you don't have your glasses on. You don't know if you're recording or not. And just when I hear poisoning bad men, yeah, sign me up. So oh, I think these need to go together, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I took the cover off because the cover is ugly as hell. She is up here. We don't know her, we don't associate with her. I just pretend that cover never happened. All of them. I'm finished. Hello booktubing worlds. I, Capri Nicole, and I'm back with another video. So today I'm going to be doing a book haul. I have about I think 24 books here. I'm basically in a pit of books, like you can't see, but all of the books are surrounded by me. They're everywhere. I have my little script right here, so I know what all of the books are going to be about. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. That's like the curse sentence of booktube. Like as soon as someone says hopefully this video doesn't take too long, it ends up taking like forever. So sorry, future editing me, but let's get into this video. My birthday just passed on May 6th, so some of these were birthday gifts and some of these were just like me buying them just because, you know, my TBR is very long and every time I go to the bookstore and I see some of those books that are on my TBR, they will be scooped immediately. That's why we're looking a little bare back here in our little ghetto bookshelf that we have. Looking a little bare just because most of the books that were up here I have down here because I'm gonna be talking about today. So let's get right into it. Oh, okay. Ta-da! This is the one that, oh, you can see my ring light. This is the one that I'm like most excited about. This is the one and only Tokyo Ghoul box set. So this I got for my birthday. This was like one of my favorite gifts. Even though I got an iPad and AirPods too, but this is this is like what my favorite gift was. This is how neat that looks. Like just the box itself, it just looks so good. Like, oh my god, look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. Like, struggle was very real because I had already started reading Tokyo Ghoul, but every time I tried to find the next book in the series, the next volume in the manga series, I couldn't find it. So yeah, the struggle was real and I got tired of ordering everything on Amazon because I'm just like, if I just get the box set, it'll be so much cheaper. But I ended up forgetting about it, but then I got it gifted for my B-Day. So now I have all of them and this will probably be in a video very soon near you. If you don't know what Tokyo Ghoul is about, Tokyo Ghoul is a manga series. It follows our MC Ken, who is basically living in a world that has ghouls, and ghouls they're not human. They're basically like imitating what humans are, but the difference is they look like humans, they act like humans and all this stuff, but they eat other people. They sustain their energy and their power by consuming and eating other human beings. A series of unfortunate events leads to him ending up being the first human ghoul, because basically all ghouls are just born that way. Like they were never human. They were never human to begin with. They just imitate everything that humans do. So he was like originally a human and now he's like half ghoul, and he's like fighting the urge to want to eat people because it's just like not in his nature, because obviously it's not something we do. So he just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want no parts. Okay, so the struggle is real. But it follows him, and I think I've read the first 2 books in the manga series, but now I have all of them so I can just binge them all. So yeah, it's really good. I just can't get over how good this looks. Look at it, gorgeous. Let's move on to the next book. Okay, bam, I just have all these very pretty books. So I'm not gonna lie, I did not know what this book was about. I literally just saw the cover and I was just like, look at that. It's gorgeous. I actually took pictures with this book, but I haven't posted it yet, but I took pictures with this book, so you will see it on my Instagram if you follow me. If you don't follow me, make sure you follow your girl on Instagram and Goodreads and Twitter. Thank you very much. But I literally did not know what this book was even about. I only got it because of the cover. It was a cover buy, but now I know what the book is about, and I'm a little bit nervous because it is like a space opera book. So let's just get into the synopsis of this book. So the name of this book is Persephone Station, and it's set in space on this planet, and it follows the main character. Her name is Persephone, and she basically owns like this bar that all of the criminals and society rejects come. So basically like all of the misfits, all of the people that be locked up and just in trouble all the time, they come to her bar, and she ends up hiring like this basically like misfit group of like mercenaries, ex-criminals, ex-military people to do a job for her. It basically follows that entire setting, and I think like their planet is in trouble, like they are under watch by someone else or another, like a company or something like that. But you know, I'm not gonna lie, I have tried many a times to like sci-fi and like space opera books and stuff like that, and it's just I've tried like 4 books, and it's just not for me. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous. Your girl's a little nervous, but at the end of the day, I love this cover, so I'm hoping for the best. And if not, at least the cover's pretty, okay? But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I love books that have like a group of people that were just like thrown together and just like they have amazing dynamics. So hopefully the characters I like, because if I like the characters, I can push through anything. So fingers crossed. Okay, so the next book that I have on the list is House of Hollow, and again, I got this book strictly because of the cover, because like look at that. That is so gorgeous. And I have this specific like picture idea, but I'm still waiting for my dress to get here. So yeah, but I'm really excited to take pictures with this book because it is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm sure you've seen this book in a few other videos, because I know a lot of people on booktube have been talking about this book. It follows these 2 sisters named Gray and Iris. At some point in their childhood, they went into a forest and they came back out, and they were like otherworldly, and people were so captivated by their beauty and stuff like that, and they've just been different ever since they left the forest. Now Gray, who is Iris's sister, goes missing, so now she's trying to find out where her sister is, and as she's doing that, she's finding out more about their past and about them and what happened to them and stuff like that. So I'm really not gonna lie, really excited about this book. I'm really hoping I love it, because I just hate when you have high expectation for a book and then it just lets you down hard on your neck. So yeah, I'm really just hoping this one delivers. The next book that I have is one of the good ones, and just look at this cover. Look at this, like that is so beautiful. And it just has like the words that like pop out, or like they have texture. Oh, I love this. Okay, no artwork, it's fine, it's cool. But I've kind of been giving myself a little bit of a break these types of books, because like I have to deal with it in like real world issues. Like obviously I'm black, so like real world settings, I have to deal with like racism, prejudices, police brutality, social injustices towards black people, and it's just like very exhausting. So I kind of took a little bit of a step back from those books, just because it's very draining, it's exhausting, and it's sad to witness and be a part of, because obviously I want the best for everyone black and everyone in my community. So it's just really hard to see the things that we have to go through and continue to go through in every way, on every platform, in every setting, and it's very exhausting. So this book follows the main character. Her name is Happy, and her sister ended up being killed during a police brutality incident. You know, police murders, the shit that they do, they need to be abolished, but that's a different story. The depiction that they have on the news as far as her sister is very praiseworthy and has full of admiration, just because like she's an honor roll student and she's a good person and she's this and she's that, and Happy just feels like, well, why does someone have to be like this exemplary person in order for their life to be valued? Like, why do they have to be like one of the good ones or one of the good people in order for their life to be missed? And at the end of the day, she's one of the good people, but she still suffered from police brutality. So it's like, why can't someone that's not a model citizen still be respected? It's kind of short. This is actually shorter than I thought it was gonna be. About 330 pages. Such a beautiful cover. Gorgeous. The next book that I have is another very gorgeous cover. It is Wings of Ebony. Look at that. Oh my god, look at that. These people are delivering with these covers. Look at that. It's gorgeous. And it has like the matte feel. Oh, I didn't know that was there. Very cool. Very, very cool. So this follows our main character, Rue, and her mother ends up being murdered in her city. And then shortly after, she's whisked away to this world that is predominantly like gods, and I think she's like half demigod, some type of magical abilities. So she goes to this world and she is in a whole new setting and finding out a whole bunch of new things about herself, and just I cannot get over this cover. Look at that. So basically her existence is not even something that's supposed to be a thing. Like, she's half human, half god, and she decides that she wants, after she's whisked away to this world that she doesn't even know anything about, she decides to go back to her hometown, which is Houston, and she sees that a lot of kids are being forced into a criminal lifestyle and it's very violent. So she's determined to make those things stop, and basically the enemy is everyone. So I'm ready to see this girl fight crime. I'm ready to see the setting of Houston. Oh, cool. Nicole Yoon blurbed this. She said, the best fantasy novels invent alternative worlds in order to illuminate our own. Wings of Ebony is one of them. A bold, innovative, big-hearted, and deeply perspective vision of Black girl's journey to reclaim her magic from forces determined to destroy her. The parallels to our current reality are unmistakable, and the book brings us all a much-needed ray of hope. I might need to read this. I think in an order, I probably would read this and then read this right after, like, because this would probably be like uplifting and like overcoming the bullshit we have to deal with just because we're Black, and this focuses on the hardships of being Black, and just I think these need to go together, you know what I'm saying? Like, this might be a 24-hour readathon vibe, you know what I'm saying? The next book that I have on my list is this this manga card Captor Sakura, and it's a collector's edition. I'm not gonna say I don't like it, but I wasn't like a big fan of this. I really just got it because, again, the cover is pretty. So if you can see, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful collector's edition. It's so pretty. So yeah, I also bought it because of one of my favorite gamers. Her name is Nico. She was talking about changing her Animal Crossing island based off of the theme of this book, because she was a really big fan of this book growing up. So I was like, it sounds really cute, so I picked it up. And basically this is kind of like Sailor Moon in a way, but it follows the main character. Her name is Sakura Kinomoto, and she basically has magical abilities, and she's on a mission to find all of these cards that are disrupting her world and showing up and tearing shit up. Basically like wind card, water card, plant card, like all of these different cards that show up and just kind of like tear things up, and she shows up in her cute little outfits and just like captures the card and saves the day, and it's just like super cute. She is adorable. Her best friend makes all of her clothes. I've already read this. I gave this 4 stars, and it was really, really cute. And this book has a 4.5 star on Goodreads. The next book that I have is 10 Blind Dates, and this book was gifted to me also. I've actually heard a few booktubers talk about this book, but it had a different cover, so I was like confused if this was a different book or not, but this is the book that they've been talking about. So basically this follows the main character. Her name is Sophie, in a really strict household, I think, and like her and her long-term boyfriend are finally getting some time alone, but then I think she caught him cheating, so they ended up breaking up, and she moves in with her family, and her family really wants to cheer her up, so they decide to set her up on 10 blind dates during the Christmas break, and every day she goes on a different blind date, and then she ends up falling for someone else. It's very Christmassy, so I probably will save this for the end of the year, but I've heard good things about it. It seems really cute, and I've honestly been getting into romance a lot, so I think this will be fun to read. The next book that I have on my list is this little cutie, Hood Feminism. I actually took pictures with this book as well on my Instagram. If you don't follow me, make sure you follow your girl on Instagram. Thank you very much. Basically, I just love the synopsis of this book, but it follows just like real world issues, and it just focuses on the fact that feminism is solely based on white feminism, and it doesn't really address like privilege or anything like that, and all women are kind of grouped together, like we're all one, we all have the same experience. and that is not the case. And there was like a part in the description that I really like, so I'm going to read it to you. And it says, how can we stand in solidarity as a movement, Kendall asks, when there is a distinct likelihood that some women are oppressing others? Yeah, I need to pick this up immediately. The next book that I have is this beauty. Look at this cover. Let's just oh, come on, ring light. Look at that. It's so pretty. Wow. Okay, so this book, I'm pretty sure you probably heard about it because everybody's been talking about this book, or I've seen it in a few videos, but it's called Witches Steeped in Gold. It's very gorgeous. I'm not gonna lie, I've been like really into like books with witches in them lately, because every time I've read a book with witches in them, it just has been such a successful read. I'm not gonna say I have high expectations for it, but I kind of am excited to get into it because I'm hoping that it falls into the category of books that I will love. So this basically follows two witches, and one of them is the daughter of a queen, and I think in this setting the queen gets more powerful when she kills her daughters. So it's kind of like two witches come together and make an allyship to take down someone else. And I think she's also trying to fight against her mom, because it said in the synopsis that she's not willing to give up her life to make her mother more powerful. So we love a rebel, we love a riot. I had actually started reading this, but I was not in the mood for fantasy, so I ended up reading like two romance books instead. But I'm going to get to this very soon. So we're halfway there. No, we're not. The next book that I have on my list is this beauty. Like, look at that. These covers are really just hitting. Look at that. Gorgeous. So this is the next book that I have on my list, and this is called Sleepless. I actually already read this, and I really loved it. Like, I just love the illustrations. I love the outfits in this. I just love the bodyguard-esque vibe in this book. So basically it just follows the main character. Her name is Poppy, and she has a guard who never sleeps. So his sole job is to protect her, and her life is threatened, and there's like an assassination attempt on her, and now they're trying to figure out who tried to assassinate her, why she's in danger, how they can protect her, stuff like that. And I low-key think there's gonna be a little bit of a romance, because it seems like she loved him a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, it was very cute. It was just a really quick read, and it just was amazing. I already ordered the second volume, so I'm really excited to pick this one up. Okay, I'm very excited about the next one. The next book that I have is Princess Jellyfish. This is the second book in the volume. Second volume in the series. Jesus, I can't talk. This is a manga. I already read the first volume. It was really amazing. I love everything about it. It basically follows our main character, who lives in a house full of women that are like kind of like socially challenged. They're just not good being around a lot of people. They're very nerdy, and I think they're like in their 20s and their 30s, and they just like room together, and they're kind of like their own little found family. And she is obsessed with jellyfish, and she ends up meeting this guy who I can't tell you, but she ends up meeting this guy, and they end up being friends. And it's very taboo, because the girls in the house, they don't talk to guys. They are scared of guys. They keep their distance from men. Like, they are very comfortable being around women, and they just are very nervous around boys. So for her to come home with a friend that's a guy, they're just like, what's happening? I just love the outfits. I just love the dialogue. It's very silly. It's very funny. I really like the anime. The anime is actually pretty funny too. So this is honestly one of my favorites, so I'm really excited to pick this one up. The next book that I have is Wild Beauty, and this one is very pretty too. Look at the flowers. Very pretty. So Wild Beauty pretty much follows this world where when people fall in love with someone deeply, they end up disappearing. And then one day this boy comes out of the forest, and everyone's like, who the hell are you? Where'd you come from? And he doesn't remember. He doesn't know who he is, where he came from, or anything like that. So one of the girls in the castle ends up befriending him, and they try to figure out who he is. I'm not gonna say I have high expectations for this book, but I am excited to pick this up because just the synopsis sounds really cool. This has a 3.6 stars on Goodreads. The next book that I have is Heavy Vinyl. So I actually already read this. This was like very cute. So this follows a group of girls that work in a CD, like a music store, like back in the 90s and like the 80s and stuff like that, where like DVDs, CDs, records, and all that. They had like their own stores. My favorite was Strawberries. I loved going there. It just was like such a vibe. So it follows these girls who work in a music store, and they actually double as like crime fighting secret agents in a way, and they're just like fighting crime on their own. It was really cute. It was good. I enjoyed it. I really like the illustrations in this. Like, look at that. Gorgeous. Yeah, kind of like Charlie's Angels, but with like music, lots of personalities, lots of color. And it kind of brought me back to like back in the day when like records and CDs and DVDs were a thing, and VCRs, VHS. Okay, my age is showing, it's fine. So let's just like wrap that up. This has 4 stars on Goodreads, and I enjoyed it. I think I ended up giving it 4 stars. So if you do want to pick this up, please do. It's very cute. The next book that I have is Over the Woodward Wall. Jesus, say that like 5 times. This is a Shannon McGuire book, so you already know this girl loves setting her characters in different worlds. So it follows these 2 kids that climb over a wall and end up in a different world, and it's very short. She's very cute. I've seen a few people read this, but I haven't picked it up yet. I think it's like a whole series in itself, and I think it's kind of tied into Middle Game. If I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong, but I think it is like a book in Middle Game or something like that. Shannon McGuire always delivers. Like, she really knows how to set an atmosphere when it comes to different worlds, so I'm really excited to read this. And I honestly forgot about it because it's so small when it's like on this shelf right here. I don't even see it. The next book that I have is The Lost Apothecary, and I actually already read this. It follows the main character who is an apothecary, and she basically is an undercover apothecary. She gives poisons to women that are trying to kill husbands and boyfriends and shit like that are terrible people. So she's not just going around like poisoning people. She does her due diligence to protect women. And just when I hear poisoning men, poisoning bad men, yeah, sign me up. Your girl's getting a little tired. I'm not gonna lie, my butt is falling asleep. The next book that I have is Spin the Dawn #1 and #2. So I have already read this book, and I love this book so much. It just, oh my god, it was so good. It was so good. And this book basically follows our main character. Her name is Mia, and she is a seamstress, and there is magic intertwined in her family and her background, and she uses her magic to become a seamstress, but the seamstress within her world are always men. And it just feels like, I can't remember what the name of that show is where they're like a fashion competition, but Rip the Runway, but like with magic and like an Asian heritage setting, and just like a badass. And she is pretending to be her brother because women can't be seamstress, and she's trying to compete in this competition in the kingdom so that she can just give her family a better life and just excel. And oh my god, I just, the outfits like that I was imagining, like when they were explained, I live, because your girl loves to shop, your girl loves fashion, your girl loves clothes. So just like the entire setting of this book, I loved everything about it. I loved hearing how she used her magic. I loved hearing the designs that she came up with, because it just was like so well described. Like, I could imagine it in my head. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it should have just been a standalone. Like, they could have wrapped it up in the end so that it just didn't need a second book. I really don't feel like it needed a second book, but the way that the ending was, it does need a second book. And just look at these covers. Oh my god, look at these covers, they're so pretty. So yeah, oh my god, look at that. Oh my god, look, so pretty. But the way that this wrapped up, you needed another book. So the second book I am excited to pick up. I hope it goes well. I hope they don't mess anything up, because I love the main character. I love her vibe. I love her attitude. I love her drive. So I'm excited to see her in this book, because it is just so good. If you love clothes, fashion, competition, just like colors, and just the atmosphere, everything was just like set so well. I loved every second of it. So definitely pick that one up. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm still filming. It's been like 40 minutes. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. The next book that I have is If I Had Your Face, and this book I've seen a few people talk about in videos, so I decided to pick this one up. I think it's going to be really good. It follows these group of women that live together. They're all in Seoul, Korea. It focuses on the beauty standards in Korea and just being a woman in Korea, and all of them have completely different lives. They're in completely different points in their lives, but they all share the same like struggles in a way. So I'm really excited to pick this one up because I just love girl groups. Like, I just love groups of women that are friends and they have their struggles and things that they go through, but they overcome them together. I'm really excited to pick this one up. The next book that I have has a sticker on it. Why is there a sticker? I'll deal with you later. No, actually I can take this off right now. No adhesive, love that. The next book that I have is Concrete Rose, and if you have read The Hate U Give, this is like the book before that one, which follows Star's father and his experience of being a teen parent and just his entire setting. He's also in a gang, he deals with drugs, he deals with struggles of his father being incarcerated. She just has a way of just writing characters and just like setting the tone and just giving a voice to certain things, and I just love the way that she does it. She be doing her thing, okay? I'm not gonna lie, she be doing her thing. Angie Thomas just really be in her bag. Wow, these are the last these are the last 4 books. Okay, holy crap. I've been filming for like an hour. I'm tired. Oh, Lord have mercy. The next book that I have, I've already read, and it is A Court of Silver Flames. So I took the cover off because the cover is ugly as hell. She is up here. We don't know her, we don't associate with her. I just pretend that cover never happened. I actually ordered the one that was done by an Etsy shop, which is absolutely gorgeous, and if you follow Chloe, you've probably seen her talk about it in her videos, but the shipping is the shipping is expensive, but it's well worth it because that cover's so damn ugly, and I don't know what they was thinking with that cover remake, but to each his own. It's not my book. I'm sure you all know what this damn book is about, but it is a book written by Sarah J Maas, and it is the fourth book in the series, and it follows my favorite character, which most people don't like her, but I was just waiting for her redemption novel because I'm just like, I know she just has a different way of thinking, and there's a reason why she's so mean and so uptight. It follows our main character. Her name is Nesta, and she's just dealt with a lot as far as like war and just different things that I can't talk about because it'll be spoilery if you have not read the other books. But I just really loved this so much. I think I took like 2 months to read this book because I got halfway through and I was just like, I don't want to finish it. Like, I just didn't want it to end. It just was, I didn't want it to be over. I didn't like the ending, but we're gonna pretend we don't know her. I'm gonna pretend it never happened. Originally, I gave this book 3 stars because the ending pissed me off. Like, it made me mad. I was throwing a little tantrum, but I'm not gonna lie, it was a 5-star read. It was a 5-star read up until that ending. The ending, I was just like, why? I don't want to rant about it. I'm not gonna rant about it. I'm gonna let it slide. And we are very adult, okay? If you're not over the age of 18, do not pick up that damn book, okay? Not for you, not for you. The next book that I have is The Poppy War. I am not gonna lie, I don't know what the hell this damn book is about. I don't know what this book is about. Like, people always are crying about this book or talking about this book, but I just don't know what it's about, and I kind of want to like go into it not knowing the synopsis. That would make it more interesting, so I can't give you a synopsis on this book because I don't damn know, but it is a very popular book on booktube, so I'm sure you've already heard about it or already know what the synopsis is. But I'm excited to read it because I've seen people cry, and I like books that make me cry and feel some type of emotion, so excited to pick this one up. I got the floppy one. The next book that I have is Orange. This book follows a group of friends, and in the future there is a note that is sent to one of the girls in the group, and it basically is telling her that one of their friends in the group is going to commit suicide, and now she is walking around with that knowledge, and there's some kind of way where letters from the past are coming to her to warn her of things that are going to happen. And it just basically is like a slice of life book, very friendship driven, and love and embrace, and just mental health struggles and stuff like that. I've seen people really enjoy this book, so I'm excited to see where I fall. And I have one book left. This is the final book in this long ass book haul. This is a book that I'm sure everybody already knows about. It is Six of Crows. Everyone knows about her, everyone has read her, everyone knows who she is. It basically follows a group of misfits who are trying to finish a heist. And that's basically all I know about it. Not gonna lie, I did read the first book in the Shadow and Bone series, but that damn book was so boring. I don't even remember. I remember some of it, but that book was boring as hell. Like, I was like, what the hell is everybody losing their mind over this damn book? But they did come out with a TV show, so I don't know. The TV show might be good, whatever, but that book was boring as hell. I did hear really good things about Six of Crows though, and it's kind of based in the same world setting. See how it goes. Is that all of them? I'm finished. It's over. Okay, finally. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Okay, so those are all of the books that I have recently purchased. For the most part, I still have some back here that we just gonna pretend it's not back there. Thank you so much for watching. If you have made it to the end of this video, leave a butterfly in the bottom. I would love to see some butterflies. If you don't know what to comment at the end of my videos, just put little pink hearts or the black hearts, because those are my favorites. I hope everyone is having a good day. I hope everyone is having a good year. I hope that maybe you heard some of these books that I mentioned and you found some to add to your TBR list. It feels so good to be back. Thank you so much for watching. Always remember, read a book, keep your life interesting, and I will see you next time. Bye.